Moore. O'Kane.
Here.
Shaner. Here. Scott.
Here.
Waters.
Here.
We stand for a moment of silent prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll go to council interviews for the Airport Board of Trustees. Paul Baker. Paul, come on up and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to serve.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Paul Baker. I reside and own a home at 526 Ascot Street in Woodbury Heights for the last 28 years. I previously served on the Airport Commission about 8 or 9 years ago for 2 terms and have a desire to serve again. I have 30 years of federal, state, international regulatory experience, 20 plus years of over-the-road, rail, air freight, and ocean transportation, logistics, and management experience. I have negotiated contracts for Fortune 500 companies in my executive capacities with Tyson Foods, JBS USA, and I'm currently employed by the Seaboard Corporation. I was located for about almost 3 of the last 3.5, 4 years in Greeley, Colorado, serving on the executive team with JBS USA and JBS North America. I left Tyson to accept that promotion and managed international logistics, domestic air freight, and warehousing. I've negotiated contracts, agreements, and spends approaching, and over $100 million annually for those companies. I have strategic sourcing experience with Tyson IBP, regulatory affairs experience with Tyson IBP, and JBS USA, and Seaboard Corporation in my career. I also have extensive business and leisure travel personal experience, and I guess those are a few of the things I'd like to. Then I have 3 things I'd like to share with you about some ideas or visions I would have for the Airport Board of Trustees to look into and continue to focus on. There's no secret that probably one of the biggest assets and advantages of a public airport for a city this size, where it's located, is the 185th Refueling Air Wing. We're very fortunate to have them, and the first priority, in my opinion, other than meeting our fiduciary responsibilities to the taxpayers and grant awards that we are given as a governance body, is to serve and satisfy the 185th and be a partner with them. I would like to see the airport board re-emphasized and if needed, research initial new marketing emphasis, reinforcement if this has been done in my absence. I know it wasn't when I was on the board the first time, but into regional marketing. Specific airport marketing plan for the following regional business and leisure travelers in areas such as Buena Vista County, Cherokee County, Emmett County, Palo Alto County, Primgar County, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's the niche market that this airport needs to maximize. We're always going to have competition for the air traveler in Sioux City proper to our competitive friends in the south and north of us, Sioux Falls and Omaha. But we need to make sure that Sioux Gateway Airport, Colonel Bud Day Field is the first choice for the business and leisure traveler in those areas west and north of Sioux City. So whether working with trade associations, Chamber of Commerce's in those counties and cities, industry associations, just to build up mailing lists and for social media, newsletters and things like that. Moving on, I'd like to see the board, if they have not, and I'm sorry I didn't confirm this, I know they didn't in my past service, I'd like to see Sioux Gateway establish a 501c3 organization or foundation, similar to what the school district's done. And it would be the Sioux Gateway Airport Colonel Blood Day Foundation. That group, we could enhance customer service and travel experience. In my experiences, flying in and out of Oakland, which is a redheaded stepchild airport to SFO, and in Denver, I've seen, and in Seattle, Tacoma at SeaTac, these groups like that, greeting people, thanking them for flying, holiday and seasonal or trade promotions. When the Nuggets were in the championship last year, they had their auxiliary, they called it, at the Denver airport, at TSA and all over that place, answering people's questions. This organization could sponsor a scholarship for an aviation post-secondary student. I don't know, may not be a lot at first, but they have to have a fundraising plan for that, and I think there's stakeholders that would contribute to that. They could initiate and enhance employee recognition and encouragement of our stakeholders, our contractors, our tenants, supply partners, anybody connected with the airport, amongst other things. And thirdly, I think, especially with some industry trends, just the last 2 or 3 years, in my experience in transportation leadership with 3 Fortune 500 companies, air freight economic development could be a key, unique, distinctive for Sioux Gateway Airport. The air freight industry has just blown up and increased multiple fold. That's verifiable through air freight news, air freight industry updates. And a lot of them are niche, small operators in Knoxville, Tennessee, Dayton, Ohio, Jackson, Mississippi, airports and cities that are a lot like ours, kind of, we're not in the middle of nowhere, but you can see it from there. And it's not necessarily the crossroads of international or interstate commerce, but they need bases of operations between the coasts, not just for maintenance, but for cross-docking, transloading, and building of loads. Since COVID, air freight has become very popular with small and medium-sized companies. It's not just used by Fortune 500 companies to meet customer needs. A cost-benefit analysis on air freighting your products that you manufacture, if you're a small or medium-sized business like we have, or manufacturers in the tri-state area, it turns your cash faster. Even though it's a little more investment on the freight, you get your cash faster to operate your business. So whether it's current airport property or potential privately held or potential adjacent property that this body, this organization could collaboratively acquire so that, you have ease of access for security issues, established TSA gate in and out access 24 hours wherever their small warehouse or cross dock would be on or adjacent to airport property. There's some real possibilities there. It'd take a little bit of work, and I think an analysis of that and then targeting a certain niche of that. People like Maersk, MSC, CMA, GCM, the largest transportation carrier based in France in the world, they've all entered brand new air freight businesses, but they cannot compete with some of the other entrepreneurial niche businesses out there. So those are just 3 ideas. There's more. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about me and my wonderful grandson or anything else.
There you go.
Thank you. That was a very thorough presentation. We appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I would just say no. Thank you very much. I'm a big ideas guy and appreciate people that look for solutions rather than just frustrated with the problems. So appreciate your willingness to kind of think creatively and outside the box about what we could be doing down there. I think there's a great opportunity like you outlined, and I know Mike and his team have been really getting good momentum, but I love some of your ideas and different things that you brought forth, so thank you for your application.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Nissan Brown, Senior
Yep.
Advisory Committee. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to serve.
My name's Nissan Brown. I currently am the marketing director for Mary Senior Living, and that is the new senior community that's currently being built in downtown Sioux City. So one of the reasons that I want to be on the committee is I've been in senior healthcare for about 10 years. I've worked everything. I've been an activities director, marketing director. I've been an interim administrator. So I've seen how healthcare has changed. And the biggest need for Sioux City is housing for the seniors. It's like a really big problem. And with our new community that's downtown, it's private pay only right now. And I really kind of want to emphasize, like, everybody can't afford it. And I feel like a lot of seniors, you deserve to live in that nice living, even if you can't afford it. So I'm hoping by joining the community, we can tackle some of these issues, whether that's we come up with grants that can help pay for some of these people to be in the communities. It's just really important to me because one day I'm going to be elderly. And I deserve the right to live in a nice community. And it's just something I really want to push, especially with this big project that's happening in downtown Sioux City, because it is a necessity. There are homeless seniors that deserve a nice place to live. So that's like one big reason why I really want to be a part of making the change and finding housing.
Talk to us a little bit about the community that is being built right now, the remodel?
Absolutely. So there's 12 levels to what used to be the Sioux City Hotel. So 4 floors will be independent living, 4 floors will be assisted living, and then 2 floors are going to be designated to the memory care unit. That's going to be secured. The other 2 floors will have offices for managers, hair salon, nail salon, pool, restaurant-style dining. We'll also have a cafe. So it's massive. It's going to be nice. We'll have 24/7 concierge. It's a big deal. There'll be an art studio where we plan to bring in like people to come in and do art, sip and paint. We want to bring the community into our building. But we want people to be able to afford to live there as well. Memory care is a really, really big thing. Our memory care unit is going to be different from the other ones because it's more scientific based. So for example, let's say somebody with memory issues needs to brush their teeth. The staff member will stand next to them and they will brush their teeth while the resident is brushing their teeth so they can mimic that behavior. So we're gonna do a lot of things like that. At nighttime, when it's time for a resident to go to bed, staff will change into their pajamas so the resident can mimic that behavior and they know, oh, it's bedtime, I should be in my pajamas. So we're gonna do a lot of things like that that you don't see at any other communities.
Very interesting. Well, I was encouraged when I saw some of the new signage down there. I figured some good momentum was happening and
Absolutely.
things. I mean, I think everyone is excited and curious and anticipating the project and just really looking forward to get it finished. So yeah, and thank you for being proactive and applying.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to the consent agenda. It's item 3 through 10B today. You can consider those items passed unanimously unless a separate roll call vote's asked for by a council member. If you want to speak on an item, please come up as I read it. If you want to speak on an item not on the agenda, please come up on citizen concerns. I'll move the consent agenda.
Second.
3 is a reading of the June 3rd City Council minutes. 4 is a resolution accepting a donation from Siouxland Youth Hockey Association for the IBP Ice Center Locker Room Addition Project. 5 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of insurance for the Cone Mountain Bike Park, and we need to make an amendment.
Yes, we would request an amendment to the resolution to authorize the city manager to negotiate the purchase of the necessary coverages. We have not been able to bind the coverage as of right now. We're still waiting on a few additional details from Gallagher and are hopeful that we will have it in place before the grand opening this weekend.
I'll move that amendment.
Second.
Amendment.
O'Kane.
Aye.
Shaner,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Okay, then the other will be part of the consent, so we're good. 6 are actions relating to agreements and contracts. A is a resolution approving a contract to Midland Restoration for the Lewis and Clark Park Joint Seal Project. B is a resolution awarding a contract to T.R. Harris for the Les Hills Scenic Trail Project. C is a resolution approving the contract for Bainbridge Construction for the Elk Creek Road Construction Project. D is a resolution approving the agreement and release of DMT Clear Gas Solutions for renewable fuels procurement projects. 7 are actions relating to properties. A is a resolution proposing to sell property adjacent to West 26th Street. The petitioners Griselda Magana Loomis and Emily Mendez Magana. B is a resolution proposing to sell an electric easement on property commonly known as 838th Street. The petitioners Mid-America Energy Company. C is a resolution proposing to sell property adjacent to 13th Street and Cordelia Street. The petitioner is Edith Cassidy. 8 are applications for cigarette, tobacco, nicotine vapor permits. 9 are applications for beer and liquor licenses. 10 are boards and commissions and committee meetings. Anyone to be heard on any of those things?
Okay.
Those items pass 4-0. 11 is an ordinance vacating streets north of Aviation Boulevard, east of Al Haynes Drive, and west of Harbor Drive. The petitioner is the city of Sioux City, Iowa, and P&Z recommends approval. The first consideration was approved on June 3rd, 2024. I'll move second reading.
Second.
Passes 4-0. 12 is a hearing and ordinance amending Chapter 25.04 and Chapter 25.07 of the Municipal Code to update floodplain management regulations to conform to the standards set forth in the National Flood Insurance Program standards. Petitioner is the city of Sioux City. P&Z recommends approval. I'll move that.
Second.
Public hearing is now open. Anyone to be heard? Seeing none, the hearing is closed. Passes 4-0. Anybody opposed to waiving the statutory rule? No. I'll move it.
Second.
Shaner,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
O'Kane.
Aye.
I'll move second and third.
Second.
Scott,
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
O'Kane.
Aye.
Shaner.
Aye.
13 is a hearing and resolution assenting to the request of John Harrison to annex land located at 6242 Correctionville Road. I'll move that.
Second.
Public hearing is now open. Anyone to be heard? Seeing none, the hearing is closed. Passes 4-0. It'll have to go through the state board, John, but it has been approved by us, and then the state has to sign off on it, okay? Thank you. Citizen concerns. Any citizens
Thanks.
be heard? Please come to the mic if there is. Seeing none, Mr. O'Kane.
I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. Today is my wife's birthday and our anniversary, so double duty today.
That's good you did it on the same day.
Yeah, no kidding. You only got to remember one.
Right.
What is that?
You forget one thing, you forget two, so.
Right.
And I'm really in trouble. with
Double-edged
that.
sword, buddy.
Just a couple of things. Several events this past week. Sunday, Bruyer's Cabin. That was 175th anniversary. The girls at 68 made some pretty amazing cookies. And just seeing how that place has been taken care of is amazing, that a structure is that old and still surviving to this day. They did talk about their great partnership with the city. looks like Matt stepped out, but they did want to thank the parks for being very responsive to any issues that they've had, so that was great to hear. They have had a couple instances of vandalism over the past few years involving that rear door having the lock broken off of it a couple times. And every time they said the city's been very responsive and had people there to help make sure that the place is safe. I let them know that we would also have off-duty officers on the weekends to hopefully help mitigate some of that. But they showed up in force. It was a very good event. We attended Unity in the Community over the weekend as well. Last year, we got rained out right in the middle of it. There was a few sprinkles this time, but the rain held off, so we were very fortunate for that. This week, we've got the Planning and Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting on Tuesday. And then Thursday, we have the Employee Years of Service Luncheon from 11 to 1 at the Expo Center. I know we all look forward to that every year. That's just a time for us to thank the city employees for their years of service, and we have several mile marks here. Dan's not here to talk about his 10 years with the city, but if he were, I'm sure he'd be proud to tout that. And then Friday, as Ms. Dubois, Nicole alluded to earlier, is our mountain bike trail dedication at 1:30. So busy week this week too. That's everything from me.
Julie.
I would like to bring up the Unity in the Community Block Party as well. 3 out of 5 of us were in town and able to attend it. I believe they had another record turnout. It gets better and bigger and more organized every year. This year we had the big, large city band stage. I'm not sure what it's called, but that made, to me, all the difference. When they had the announcements, you could see everything. They had a great PA system running, so that, on a personal note, and for the community, it went really well. The co-founder is Monique Scarlett, and she planned on being here today to talk about it, but she unfortunately is ill, so she sent me something to read. And I'm just going to quick read through it. Unfortunately, I'm unable to attend city council meeting today because I am ill, and her doctor has asked her not to leave the house. She plans on watching online. She really would like to thank the City of Sioux City and the City Council for the ongoing support of Unity in the Community Block Party, not only with attendance, but with assisting in the stage and the cleanliness and the upkeep of Cook Park. Again, she says the same thing as I say, every year it gets better and better. They're looking forward to many more collaborative events that build our community in the spirit of unity. They've had great feedback, lots of online notes, and inspiration for upcoming years. Thanks again, and God bless to everyone. So next year is year number 9. I look forward to attending that as well.
Yeah, a lot has been touched on already. One thing I wanted to mention, I believe I have it correct, that it's in association with Powell Broadcasting and others, but I think it's Pack the Stands on stadium or stands on Tuesday night. Is that right? Down at the Explorers, I'm pretty sure.
It is.
And so I'm looking forward to hopefully sneaking out for a little bit of that game. So if you're in town, interested in going, please make sure to stop by, talk to the box office, get some of those tickets so that you can go and take in an Explorers ball game. It's a lot of fun. I think the weather's going to hold up, so it should be a good time. That's tomorrow night. Then the other thing I just wanted to mention again was something Matthew brought up. I was bummed that I wasn't in town for work. I was down in Kansas City, but I heard about the events this weekend and that they went really well. And so I was sad to have missed them, but I'm appreciative that the rest of council was there to represent. And then the thing that Matthew brought up, I'm excited for is Friday to be able to have that kind of kickoff event for the mountain biking park. I think that it's an incredible amenity and an addition to our community, and I'm really looking forward to it. I know that it's going to be a regional attraction, and our staff has really went above and beyond to make sure that it is ready, and they're doing everything they can with their team to have it prepared. So I appreciate Nicole and everyone else's due diligence in making sure that protected, but also staff and making sure, like with Parks and Rec, that there's adequate signage. You know, I know that that's a big concern. People I think don't understand the gravity of a mountain biking course like this. This is not something that you just take your Huffy out and you go and enjoy. If you want to do that, or if you're a beginner, I would encourage you to check out the other side of Sartoma Park over there. There is a more kid-friendly or a beginner track. That's a little more maybe that speed, but just remind people that, you know, they need to be cautious when using those things and really just kind of ease into it or take lessons and learn and crawl before you can walk, that's for sure. So be safe, but I look forward to the kickoff event and just the continual growth and expansion down in that area. I think we're seeing nothing but momentum throughout a lot of areas of the community, and that's encouraging. And I think that's all I have, Mayor.
Well, Matthew didn't mention, but they had the Leeds Day Parade.
Oh, that's right.
Spent quite a bit of my Saturday cleaning out candy from the car from him and Dan's last couple parades, but I got it done. It was a good time. They had a nice car show on Sunday, and I just plain didn't think about the Brew Your Cabin. I feel horrible about that. I wish I would have. Bandits are playing for the championship in Omaha this week.
Oh, did the Beef win?
Yep.
Nice. I didn't see
And,
that.
The Legends of Softball will be playing at Hubbard Park on Saturday night at 5 o'clock.
Putting that on my calendar.
And they will be unveiling the National Historical Plaque that they got in this week, I believe. And that's it. I move we adjourn.
Second.
Waters,
Aye.
O'Kane,
Aye.
Shaner,
Aye.
Scott.
Aye. Hey, Mike.